Hi, my name is Dion.
Hi, my name is Terry.
Hi, my name is Amanda.
Hi, my name is Eric.
Today I'm going to talk about endangered species, which is just as important as other global issues like pollution and global warming. Most people find it hard to believe that over 20,000 species are actually endangered, and that's just a small fraction out of 1,700,000 species that potentially could be endangered, but we don't have the resources or the capabilities to actually track them. We can only identify them. Some of those species include plants that have medical benefits, but there is an organization called the IUCN, which stands for the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and their primary purpose and existence is to actually to identify, track, and ensure the survival of these species. And by doing so, they can basically raise public awareness and ensure that future generations can enjoy those species as well. So we're going to actually learn about the IUCN and what it does and what it stands for. Basically, the IUCN was created in 1948 and is based in Europe. It has over 11,000 volunteers, which is made up of researchers and scientists working in 160 countries. And basically what they do is research and studies to actually protect these species. They actually created the Red List, and they work with other organizations, over 12,000 government and non-government organizations such as the U.S. Wildlife Service, Fish and Wildlife Service. So the Red List that they created is just it's a huge database of endangered species, and we're actually going to talk about that more right now. So now we know what the IUCN is and what it does. So the Red List, as I said, is a database, and it's composed of different subgroups of species, and we're going to talk about that later too as well. But basically, the Red List itself, as you see, this is a general overview of the Red List. Out of that 1,700,000 species, only 65,000 was actually evaluated, and that's how we got 20,000 of the species that were actually considered endangered. And over a 10-year period, you can see that it has doubled from 2000 to 2012 the number of species that became endangered. So now that we know what the Red List is and what it does, what it can tell us, and analysis for the Red List is done every year. So, and that's what makes it so hard. But now we're going to look at how these species are actually considered endangered and classified, like what it means to be endangered. To be endangered, the ones that are evaluated are put into different groups, as you can see here, but the one that we're going to concentrate on is critically endangered species. And there's other different levels, but we're not going to talk about those today. So for a species to actually be considered critically endangered, they have to have less than 250 adult individuals in their group, and then either a 90% reduction in their population over a 30-year period, and also if there occurs in a 100-kilometer-mile radius, if they have less occurrence there. So that is the criteria to become critically endangered. So now that we know what that is, we can actually look at some species that are critically endangered. This is the black rhinoceros, and it's actually found in Africa, but mainly occurs in they actually exist in South Africa. Basically, their horn is their basic threat because of the rhino horn trade. And in 1960, there was about 100,000 of them, and now in 2010, there's only about 5,000 left. So we saw a 95% reduction in their population. The next one is the blue iguana, and it's from the Cayman Islands. This particular reptile has only 200 members left, and its occurrence is only in a 15-kilometer radius. And their threat is basically human infrastructure, invading its habitat, and invasive predators. And this is a plant, the hidden petal Indian mallow from Hawaii. There's only 100 of these plants left, and that's from overgrazing and also other invasive predators. This is a bird, the Philippine eagle. and there's only 226 adult members left of this particular eagle, and its main threat was pollution and deforestation, losing its habitat. And our next one is this is amphibian. It's a toad that's found in Sri Lanka. Its name is Adenemus candidus, and in 2004 it was thought to be extinct, and but it was rediscovered in 2010 with 100 members, so it's back on the critically endangered list, and mainly because of pollution that threatened its existence. Our next one is the Franklin bumblebee, and it's found in California, and it hasn't been seen since 2006. So scientists actually have to wait 30 years to actually conclude that it's completely extinct. But it's the main threat that it faces is chemical pathogens and pollution as well. The next one is Chinese sturgeon, and basically this fish was overfished in 2010. In 1970s it was overfished. It had 10,000 members, and now in 2010 it only has 200 members left. So it faces overfishing still. And next one is a fungi. It's the boreal felt lichen, and it only has you can find it in Norway and Canada, and the problem is the same in both continents as well, because it only has 90% reduction in Norway and 80% reduction in population in Canada, and basically that's from overlogging and losing its habitat. So now that we've actually seen some of the species, we're going to talk about what the IUCN is doing to protect those species. Basically, they created programs that ensure their survival, like the Blue Iguana Recovery Program, and what that does is they're trying to raise the population from 200 back to 1,000 in a 30-year period. And also the Philippine eagle that actually created a breeding captivity for them to get their population back as well. And one of the main things that the organization found out was that deforestation was a big problem, so they created REDD, which is the reduction and emission of degradation and deforestation. And basically this is restores the forest, and work with a lot of countries to do that. So in conclusion, we're going to recap, and basically we learned about what the IUCN does and the REDD list and everything like that. So what I want to stress is that it's important, it's imperative that we actually protect these species so that future generations can enjoy them. And and thank you so much for listening to my topic. Thank you.